Going to assume that we're live. I'm going to assume. Ugh, I hate this. I need good internet so I know that I'm instantly live every week. Sometimes it cuts me off right in mid-sentence of saying, hey, we're live. So it is, what is this, March the 27th. Yep, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's on a Sunday here. Thank y'all for chatting with us. If you're watching this back later, we allow the lives to replay. Well, not live. By all means, drop a comment. We just may get back to you later. So I see a lot of people watching this back next day, 2-3 days later, commenting, and I often wonder if they wonder why I'm not responding because, well, we're not technically live at the point, but we will go back and look through the comments and answer your questions. So that's what these live streams are for. Hey, every Sunday afternoon, we hang out. It's a little question and answer session. So for some reason, we started cooking a while back, so we always cook at the end of these live streams, it seems like. Occasionally we don't. So it's just kind of a hangout session. By the way, if you're new tonight, by all means, please, hey, drop a comment. Hey, I'm new. Ask any question that you have. We do get a lot of comments flying in. More and more people are jumping on here lately. I cannot catch every comment, so keep that in mind, but that doesn't mean don't ask it again. Tiffany's good about watching. If she sees a lot of repeat comments, we'll do our best to catch it. We really will. Otherwise, hey, ask it whenever the live stream's over. I'll get a notification tomorrow or the next day. I'll respond back via your comment as well. So as this thing continues to grow, it's just going to be hard, to catch them all. That's just the way it is. But also, this is a community. That's absolutely what it is. Everybody's friendly and welcoming in here the way we want to keep it. Somebody else very well may answer your question as well if you have a burning question that you just have to get answered. So, my goodness, right off the rip, Mr. Jimmy there says, go fishing and take Tiffany.
Yay!
He made a donation there, a very generous donation. So
I'm ready.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jimmy. If y'all look at
you.
this beautiful weather behind us, oh my goodness, it is now 74 degrees. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous day. Just feels perfect. Everything's blooming. The grass is getting greener. We've got almost a foot of rain in the last 2 weeks. I want to go fishing so bad I can't stand it. The problem is we've got almost a foot of rain in the last 2 weeks. Every river we drive over around here flooded all the way out in the woods. There's not good fishing right now, but I want to go so bad. There's still some, yeah, we could go to the coast, maybe find some ponds that aren't flooded out, but 'tis the season. Birds are chirping, things are blooming. I want to go so bad. So thank you very much, Mr. Jimmy.
Mr. Jimmy.
Truly appreciated there.
We need some time off for sure.
Yes, so we already do have quite a few people in the house to have just started. Typically, it picks up and ramps up as the live stream goes on, but heck, looks like we're already over 100 and flying up there. So welcome, everybody. Like I said, if you're new, hey, don't be scared. Drop a comment. We don't bite too hard. Too terribly hard. So I'm seeing old Jack says it's 30 degrees there in Wisconsin. Sorry, buddy. Oh, a wonderful, a balmy 74 degrees here in Florida and gorgeous. Now, with that said, the last 2 weeks has been, it's been a roller coaster ride. Hot, a little cool, tons of thunderstorms. Looks like we're going to get hit again the end of this week. They're calling for some nasty weather on Friday. And then as soon as it blows out, coming back Sunday, we're supposed to get a 1-2 punch of another storm system rolling in. So we may wind up being flooded for a while the way it's looking. And I'm getting tired of all these thunderstorms, lightning, and tornadoes. My goodness, the whole Southeast has been hit with a ton of tornadoes here recently, including Florida. Quite a few touchdowns here. So I hate this season. If you are new to the channel, we got hit by a tornado, direct hit, March 2 years ago. Actually, I think tomorrow the
31st.
next. Okay. Well, a couple days is the anniversary of 2 years ago we got hit by a tornado. So we hate this season. When it's going from cold weather to warm weather, that's whenever we get the severe stuff, and the tornadoes down here in the south. We can't stand it. I'm just ready to get on past all this mess right here. So y'all stay safe. I've been seeing a lot of y'all catching some nasty weather. And I see Cash is on. Looks like, I think starting tomorrow, from what I was watching, y'all are going to be getting some thunderstorms, lightning, and rain. So maybe the rain is much needed over there. I know y'all are constantly dry and having forest fires. Maybe y'all won't get too much lightning right there. So Mark B says, Andrew, hey, that got my attention. That got your question answered. Now everybody's going to do that. He says, I don't see a barricade to keep autos from driving over the septic system. Well, what you can't see is there's a stake right there. I think there's a stake right there. There's string across the yard, and there's caution tape out there. I absolutely do have a barricade. You'd have to be a fool to drive through the string, all the flapping caution tape, over the stakes and drive in there. Not saying somebody's not capable of doing that. 'Tis the world we live in now. But I promise you, I've got it marked off, and I'm still trying to make my mind up what I'm going to do out there permanently to keep people from driving in that whole area right here. We may have to put shrubs up. I really don't want to do a fence. I'm still kicking that around, but I'm not going to leave string and caution tape up there flapping in the wind forever. We'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out.
Sure.
Yep. Drop any comments that y'all have as well. So Robert says, FYI, the number of people watching could be skewed. He has a video and sound on TV, but also got the YouTube open on the phone to follow the chat. Well, Robert, we'll take the extra viewer from you as well. We thankfully you're doubly watching, and I know there's probably a lot of people that do that because sadly YouTube, which is supposed to have all this video stuff figured out, it's supposed to be the main platform, somehow does not allow people to respond, comment, chat, and do a lot of stuff from the TV or even some tablets. Like it's set up more for mobile. I wish they would get their act in gear and allow people that are on TVs and all those apps to update and allow more communication. And sadly, I post a lot of stuff in what's called a community tab, pictures and updates of what's coming up. And it seems to only be available to mobile users. I don't know why. Very frustrating because YouTube's supposed to be like the best video platform out there. They're still lacking on some of that stuff. Maybe it'll come in the future. Maybe it will. All right, so Joshua says, is he late? Yes, you are. Do not let it happen again. You're 5 minutes late, but that's okay. I don't think you've missed too terribly much. Me rambling about the weather and chatting about food, my favorite subject, before it even got started. So you might have missed some of that. So Bill says, white picket fence with rose bushes. That sounds great, Bill, but I have to build that fence. I have to paint that fence. I have to bleach that fence. And I have to take care of all them roses.
Yeah, you're talking about weed eating and all that.
I want something a little more low maintenance. Yes, that'll look good, but man, in case y'all haven't noticed, with 50 plus acres, I've already got a lot to take care of anyways. I'm wanting to not do too terribly much for weeding, mulching, pruning.
I had the same idea though.
Yeah, she had the same idea because I take care of it. Oh.
He's like, no, we're not doing that.
We'll see. I'm just thinking some PVC pipe and a rope up there.
No.
We're good. We're no?
No.
Okay, she says no. I didn't figure that was going to fly. We'll get it figured out. We'll absolutely get it figured out. Maybe just a ton of signs that says, do not drive septic system.
Not that either.
Not that either.
No.
All right, we'll get it figured out. Me and her got some talking to do. All right, so Maylin B says, good evening, good to see you. What type of flooring is going in the loft? It's going to be the same exact type of flooring, that luxury vinyl plank. I've already got a ton of boxes stored up there, more than enough to cover that area. I bought way too much flooring, and it's outside the return period, but it is what it is. If we ever need to rip up a section, I have tons of boxes ready to go. We've got replacement flooring, but it'll all be the same. We want dust-free, no carpet, easy to clean, easy to Swiffer type flooring with zero transition. That was our goal for the entire house. Now we can have our little robot vacuum that I'm not the world's thrilled on, but we'll see how well it works. And I've already named Herbie, by the way. I don't know why. Now Herbie can run around the house with no transitions, and he can knock stuff around, probably not vacuum up well, I'm afraid of. And then we can come Swiffer behind Herbie. We'll see how all that goes. So Don wants to know, where did I get my training? Did you go to school? Did you learn it on the job? Your house looks wonderful. Thank you very much. Actually, I get asked that a lot. I got my training mostly from School of Hard Knocks, as we say. No, not really. I got it from YouTube and Google. No, I have zero professions in the, I've had zero professions in the trades, construction trades. Growing up in the South and kind of more low-income communities, although don't get me wrong, I've never had it rough, but we grew up in a time where you kind of worked on it yourself, you fixed it yourself, you'd save the money, because this just isn't no high-income type of area. So everybody I knew growing up just learned how to work on stuff themselves. And if there's anything I can't figure out, and there's been a ton of it building this house, I simply get on YouTube, search it, Google it, learn it, regurgitate it, go try to do it, fail. That's the best learning and teacher there is by far. And just develop a skill set that you can then carry into later into life, into more of the building of the house, all that stuff. I'm just not scared to go tackle something. A lot of people are, and you shouldn't be. And you shouldn't be scared to fail. I'm telling y'all, that's the best teacher there is. Just go for it. I ain't never built a house in my life. I ain't never worked for a construction company. None of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he just figures anything out that he does. I mean,
I love to learn. Don't be scared to learn.
When he told me that he wanted to build the house, I didn't even question it. I was like, okay. I didn't
She
think.
questioned it, I'm
I
sure.
did not question it, and
Uh-huh.
I was
She's
like,
probably, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
no. Did I say, well, how are you going to do this? And do you know how to do that? No, I didn't.
You did, I wrote it down. I got the dates and everything.
I knew you would figure it out, or I would hire somebody to do it.
Figure it out. That needs to be on the t-shirt. Just figure it out. That's my motto. Don't be scared to learn. Don't be scared to fail. And develop a skill set. You're going to use it later. It's going to pay you back dividends. It's going to pay you back financially. Huge savings. Plus the satisfaction of doing something yourself. A lot of people are losing that, and it's such a daggum good feeling. I'm addicted to that feeling. That's why if there's something I don't know, I go 100% for it. I want to learn it, absorb all the information I can, and then go out there and tackle it. I like that. You kind of got to be that way to live this lifestyle. Otherwise, if you pay everybody to do everything, you're broke. And we can't afford to pay everybody to do everything. That's just not going to happen. Absolutely can't. All right, I've rambled on long enough, and I've missed a ton of comments. So Michael says the cost of connecting the internet via Starlink satellite has gone up. Yes, I got that email too. I got so excited. A Starlink email popped up the other day. I was like, this is my package. It's going to ship. And it says, we regret to inform you due to inflation and blah, 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 blah. Yep, Starlink service is going up and the equipment's going up. So not only am I still waiting on my internet that I've been waiting on for, I guess, a year now, and desperately need for our YouTube and Facebook and everything else that we do, just all of our social media. Yeah, now it's going to go up, and I still have no idea when it's going to ship.
Inflation.
If it ain't COVID, it's inflation. Everything's going up. As the old country song says, the cost of living is high and going up. Yes, it is. So we're still going to get it because I need it desperately. We just did a internet check for our area the other day. Like the closest DSL according to the little map we looked at was like, 17 miles away. So, we still need that satellite internet bad. Otherwise, we're just going to have to keep streaming on hotspot like we're doing right now. And here's the thing. I just got on Amazon the other day. I said, we're going to get us another one of these signal boosters. Mm-hmm. That's why we always do live streams right here in the shop. We have a signal booster. It works awesome. They have doubled since I bought mine last year. They went from $200, what I paid last year, to now they're $400 for the cheap, basic, entry-level model. So needless to say, I'm not buying a cell phone booster for the house. I may have to gut this one out of the shop and carry over there if Starlink does not ship very soon.
Right.
And I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to leave a booster in the shop so I could have a TV up out here and have internet out here for various things and for social media as well. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Yes. Oh, the Mikey G. I am missing stuff left and right. I am way behind. I got to cut my talking out. Start kicking me. So the Mikey G, Grapple Fun. He never forgets me for the Grapple Fun. And if you're new and wondering what the heck Mikey G's talking about.
He has definitely supported the
He
Grapple
has.
Fun.
And we got to write that. I need to start keeping a notepad here so I can really jot these down to the T. But everybody wants me to get a grapple for my tractor, and I want one so bad I can't stand it. I've got so much pruning and stuff to do, but that's one of them claws on the front of the tractor that grabs limbs and you can carry it wherever, so they're not constantly falling off and you're out there jumping in and out of the tractor picking them up. Made a donation toward that. Thank you so much, Mikey. You're always thinking about us for that. We're going to get one, and I'm certainly hoping it's going to be this year because y'all have made a heck of a donation for that Grapple Fun. Sadly, I got to do some hydraulics on the tractor too, and let's just say John Deere parts are not cheap. So, Cheyenne wants to know, can you get can you get your CO without the stairs railing done in the loft? I do not know. My gut says no, I cannot. For railing, stairs does not matter. I'm scared because there is codes and rules for areas where you could fall off of the loft. He's going to require some sort of railing. I'm sure I could do something temporary and thrown together that may qualify. I'm going to try to get the inspector out at the end of this coming week if I can get the plumbing wrapped up so he can give me a thumbs up for permanent power. And that's what I'm going to ask him. What do you need for me to get the CO? Because I should be very close. Hopefully I can throw some temporary railing up, but I'm praying because there is no direct access to the attic other than an attic ladder that's way in the back, or to the loft, I should say. I'm praying he's going to say, no, you don't even have to put nothing up right now. I really don't know. It's up to him. We'll see what he says. I'll even offer to put a attic door in with a lock on it and give him the key. Whatever we got to do. Maybe I won't do all that, but you know what I mean. I'll offer whatever alternative. Otherwise, we may throw something temporary up there that is so ugly, who cares? because I'm not going to go spend a bunch of money on building a temporary railing that I'm just going to tear out and do a custom railing here a little bit later on. And I know I'm missing a bunch of questions, but to let y'all know what's coming up, everybody keeps thinking the house is done. It ain't nowhere near done. And for things like y'all are talking about right there, we're already developing us a list of priorities. Or I should say, Tiffany's developing me a list of priorities. So when we move in the house isn't done. That's not what a CO means. And we're going to get out of that camper and get in that house ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
So the closet, that needs to come first. I got to do a huge build out and ton of shelving in there. That's going to be a heck of a project. Then we need to jump on the pantry or either the laundry room and then laundry closet. There's multiple rooms for custom build outs. A lot of stuff going on right there. That's a bunch of content too. But that needs to come before, well, the loft, the railing, and the stairs. Then it's going to be a big decision of, do we do the outdoor kitchen, which we desperately want so bad and will use almost daily, or do we jump back to the railing, get the loft finished out? The list goes on and on and on. So we're developing us a priority list.
To really prioritize that. So
I'm going to read a couple questions. Tell them what we're cooking for supper.
All right,
I need to quit talking for a second.
So we are going to do a recipe that one of our friends makes occasionally and brings over to gatherings. And we call it Skeeter bites, but we're going to make Skeeter fingers.
Yeah, and that's because our friend's name is Skeeter. Not his real name, his nickname. But he made those and they're awesome.
They are really good. So stick around if you want to see what we do with that. And then we're also doing okra from the garden.
Yes, okra from last year's garden. Still good stuff. So I'm going to just catch a bunch of random questions. Yes, I am way behind. Why did you build your storm shelter so far away from the house? That's because we got hit by a tornado 2 years ago. It freaked us out, scared us to death. Never experienced nothing like that before. I was sleeping in our old camper that got totaled underneath a pole barn that used to be right here, and it was all destroyed while I was in the camper with that little guy right there. Tiffany just got back from grocery shopping, was out here in the shop putting stuff in. It panicked us. We weren't ready for the house at the time. I took all the salvage materials I could out of that pole barn after finding a online video of an actual engineered, tested, and built wooden tornado shelter, as crazy as that sounds. We don't get monster tornadoes here in Florida, trust me. It's not throwing a train at this thing. We get EF0s, EF1s, a very rare EF2, but they're very rare for our area. So we wanted something immediately. We felt vulnerable. We had nothing. We didn't even have a camper. Okay, so luckily a family member loaned us a camper. I took all the salvage materials out of there and I started building that tornado shelter ASAP. And I knew I wanted to build it far enough away from the house that it wasn't an eyesore, that it looked like a shed. And I still have mixed feelings on storm shelters in a home. I still think I want one for down the road in case that immediate tornado pops up, but I'm scared to death of storm shelters inside a home for the fact of if the home collapses, you're kind of trapped in that joker. You better have some serious tools to dig yourself out of a collapsed home. So I kind of like the thought of one outside. Now we built it for long-term sleeping because realistically, it's going to get used for hurricanes, being this is Florida, far more than it's going to be used for our still somewhat rare tornadoes, although they do pop up. So we kind of built it with a futon, bigger, long-term storage. And while our hurricanes can get absolutely insane, they don't typically rival the power, especially of some of the monster tornadoes that y'all see. That shelter is more than adequate for really probably any hurricane that we see. And we've got it set up for sleeping overnight. So there, that answers that. Somebody else asked if little man was back here, was okay. I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want him to wake up. He's fine. He's been up all day long. Tiffany decided to spring clean all today. I have been working on the property in the shop, doing a ton of editing, and he's been forced to stay up with us all day. He didn't get his nap, and he is exhausted.
He is exhausted.
So I have missed several donations. Man, they're popping in left and right. Thank y'all so very much. So Cash started out with a thermal scope fund.
Awesome.
I really like the sound of this fund right here, without a doubt. I want a thermal scope so bad I can't stand it. Y'all, we're under attack, honestly, by coyotes, armadillos, all kinds of stuff. We have tons of predators, and once we start getting our goats and chickens and a few other things that we're hoping to start this year, I am going to have to really do some serious watching out for the animals. There's no doubt about that. So let me go down here and see Pile Driver Outdoors also made a donation for the thermal fund. I'm liking y'all's thinking. Thank you very much. And I missed Chris and Tiffany. Said Tiffany's last week Blackstone biscuits and gravy was awesome. It was stinking
It was
awesome.
so
I was talking
good.
about it again today and even told her, I was like, yeah, can
Yeah.
you make that again? It was stinking
It was
good.
really good. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it.
So
That's
apparently they
awesome.
made it because he says they ate what they had leftovers for 3 days. So good.
Nice.
Need to figure out how to send y'all some of Tiffany's eggs. That's his wife.
Yes.
They have
That
them
would
a
be
nice little
awesome.
farm up there, a very nice farm that they post on Facebook as well.
Yeah, wouldn't that be
The
cool
best
to
farm
get
ever.
eggs through the mail?
Actually, I think you can. I know a guy online on YouTube that makes a killing, makes a serious month of income just by shipping out duck eggs over eBay.
Oh, I didn't know you could mail them. Okay.
You can. You just got to wrap them up and really protect them. So, yeah, that's absolutely possible. Figure it out. We'll eat them. Send them to us without a doubt. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank y'all for trying her recipes every week. Yes, I have missed so many questions. I'm so sorry. They're flying in tonight. All right, so everybody's talking about lumber being up through the roof. Let's see what else we got here. What color? What color nail polish for Andrew?
Yeah, so Chris was saying earlier, if we go fishing, will we have to wear nail polish?
Because every time I accidentally get on a boat and fall asleep, my friends somehow have nail polish and don't mind painting my nails. Yeah, we done been there, done that.
We'll do matching toes.
Yeah, no kidding. So Dan, my biggest critic, and I mean that in a good way, says he finally made it. He's like one of them Sour Patch gummies. He's nice, and then he's not so nice at times. But he's always a good critic and always has good information. Hopefully you're a good sport, Dan, that can handle that. Me and Dan have a lot of conversations through the comment section. We really do. All right, so Joshua Harris, man, y'all are killing it tonight with these
Yes,
donations.
we definitely need a notepad.
Yes, thank
For
you
all
very
the
much. I'll have to go back and rewatch this and start jotting all this down. The fish and tackle fun, that is an excellent fun.
Yes,
I really
it
like
is.
that, especially if I get back doing some grouper fishing because every time I break off one of those lures, they're about $20. And I broke off several over the last few months. And actually, grouper comes back in April 1st. Ooh, that's just Friday. But even though we're supposed to get back-to-back storms. Grouper comes back. It's already grouper season again. I forgot about that. I'm gonna have to go do some more trolling for grouper. We can put another dent in a few bags we got left in the freezer. I like it. Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
You're ticking. You're ticking and tackle fun, fishing and tackle fun. Man, I'm so southern. I can't help it. It'll go to good use. Whew. Bobby said, sorry she's late. Don't let it happen again. Having to get on to a lot of people tonight. Thank you for jumping on and chatting with us. And let's see what else we got here. Yes, so Crystal is bringing it up again, and we need to do that throughout the live stream. If you're new to the channel, heck, we've got over 200 people on. It's got to be somebody new. Don't be shy. Don't bite. You can say
We're
hello,
all
drop a
friends
comment.
here.
Now, please don't get upset if I don't answer your question because they're flying in so fast. I'm having to
Just
skip over a
repeat
lot
it.
of them.
Put it in
Repeat
bold.
Yes, repeat it. So David asked, will the well get an enclosed shed? Yes, that is the plan, David. That is also on my to-do list after we kind of move in the house. It's just I got to set the priority. But actually, I want to build a shed house that mimics the house. Hardy board siding, same color paint, metal roof. I want it to look like a mini-me version of the house. I think it'll look sharp like that. And I'm going to make it with a removable wall, potentially a removable or pivot roof.
We're gonna have a porch around it.
No, we ain't gonna have no porch around it. I could build a doghouse in it too, I guess.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah. Anyways, I got to make it with some
Yeah.
removable features, so if they ever have to pull the pump out or work on the well casing, you don't want to have to tear the entire structure apart. So I've been thinking about that for quite a while. So Auburn Aviator says first live stream here. Currently binging all of the videos. Thank you very much for
Awesome.
watching. Thank you for joining us tonight. Pile Driver Outdoors asked a very important question. Is there any cobia fishing going on? 'Tis the season. March, April, and May is typically whenever we get the cobia and pelagics moving through here. So yes, I would like to get out there. We'll start. We don't have deep water here, so we don't get your mahi and all. They stay further off the coast. But we'll get the kingfish moving through. The Spanish mackerel, they're probably coming through now. The cobia, things like that. And it's such fun fishing. Oh, such
Yes,
fun
you used to
fishing.
spear some big cobia.
Yeah, and I am so overweight, I don't even think I can fit in my wetsuit, but now's sheephead season here, which is typically how I start out. I have just been so busy working on this house, I have not allowed myself time off to go, but I love spearfishing. This is the time of year to do it. I've got to make some content for the other channel. I absolutely do. I really do. But yeah, we need to get in the house. I need to get the closet and laundry stuff done, and then we can start letting some priorities slip a little, I do believe. Ow, why'd you kick me? She didn't kick me, but I'm sure she was thinking she wants to.
Let me get the zapper out.
Now, she's all fine fishing as long as she's on the boat. But if I go fishing, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, can't do that.
I mean, if it was reversed, wouldn't you feel the same way?
Not at all. No, not one bit. No. So, Jesse asked another popular question I'm seeing the last few days. Are we doing crown molding? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Crown
He
mold.
said that the other day. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're not doing that."
No. Crown molding doesn't really fit that style of home, in my opinion. It's extremely expensive right now, and I have no desire to do any more trim or molding right now. Down the road, could we add it? Yeah, but it doesn't really fit the home, in my personal opinion. If we were doing all white and kind of some nicer looking features, doing this green paint and wood and tongue and groove pine, it just doesn't really feel like a crown molding house to me. And I don't feel like doing crown molding. Just to be perfectly honest with you. Or spending the money on it. So I see people calling for a belly flop. Yeah, it's going to have to get a whole lot warmer down here before we do that. Cash says, me in a wetsuit. Oh my. Oh, it's a sight to see, Cash. It is a sight to see. You'll never forget it. Yeah. In a bad way.
In a bad way.
Yeah, tell me about it. So Mr. Donald says, am I checking out emails? No, sir. I'm actually way behind. To be perfectly honest with y'all, I'm looking right now. My YouTube says I have 2,080 notifications. Between that, Facebook, everything else, I've been randomly catching some emails. I'm doing all I can do to handle Facebook and YouTube. I really am. I am way behind on emails. I really am. So I do need to get on there and check some of those out. A lot of talking. So Dan says I'm amazing and great guy. I guess I didn't upset Dan right there. All right. Even though you're Canadian, Dan, I won't hold it against you. No offense to other Canadians watching. I'm just poking y'all a little. And Dan's talking about moving to Texas, if I remember correctly. See, I remember our conversations. So welcome and come on down. Hey? Oh, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I'm just cutting up with y'all. I like to cut up. Don't get offended. We love all people. We really do. So William says tonight is the only second time to catch a live stream. Back surgery has allowed him to catch it. I think I remember you talking about that last week. Watching from London, Kentucky. What a heck of a name, London, Kentucky. I love Kentucky. I actually have family that lives up in Kentucky. I think it's one of the most beautiful states, especially Western Kentucky. I love the mountains and all. Oh goodness. So I hope you heal quickly. I know back surgery can be intense. May take some time, but we certainly hope you do heal quickly. And so I can get in trouble for lying, you know. Yeah, I can. Did I lie? I might have just lied. Did I lie? I try not to. I'm sure I was insinuating I was joking. I don't know what I said. I done rambled on so much. Thanks for bringing that up. Let's see what else we got here. So Brad says, why not use some of that extra flooring in your outdoor kitchen? I really thought about that, but it strictly says it has to be acclimated, has to stay within a certain temperature range.
Sure.
Doesn't need any sun, although that's a north-facing porch, doesn't get it. So the list of warnings are so strict on it. I was like, I don't think outdoor use is a good use for it at all. So we'll just save it in case. You never know. You may scar up a bad section in the middle of the living room, have to tear it all out, maybe break a few pieces in the process. It's always nice to keep a few extra boxes around. You just never know.
Plenty.
Yeah, we do have plenty. So Adam says we need a hot tub fund. We got too many funds going on as is, but I do like the idea of a hot tub fund because them things are expensive. I don't really want to buy one. There's Mike Richard. Y'all were kicking it tonight on these back-to-back donations here. Thermal fund. I'm really digging this.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
have to replay this and tally up the amounts there. Please remind me to keep a piece of paper and a pen out here next week.
We need an
We will
assistant.
tally them up. Y'all don't know how bad I want a thermal scope. And they're finally starting to get somewhat affordable. Just a few years ago, they were $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. They've dropped dramatically. They're kind of like computers when they first come out. Most expensive things on the planet, or LCD TVs or plasma TVs. And now you can just about give a TV away. Thermal scopes ain't there yet, but they're finally getting affordable, somewhat affordable. Let's see here. So Mikey says he got his COA for the new house on Thursday, his property in Tennessee. I bet y'all are as excited as can be.
That's
I cannot
awesome.
wait till I get that piece of paper. I probably am going to frame that thing and put it up there. Oh, I can't wait. Yes, it does not mean the house is anywhere near complete, but it means the inspector no longer comes out, checks behind you, wink, wink. Other things can go on, wink, wink. And we can legally move in our house. And more importantly, we can get regular homeowners insurance and quit paying this outrageous builder's risk insurance. They're starting to stick it to us, and I'm done paying that mess. I cannot wait to get it. So they said Little B's radar must have went off. He must have popped up a minute ago, but he looks like he's snoring right now.
Oh, he's so sweet.
So Rebecca says, Andrew and Tiffany, I know this is one more thing on your plate, but could you please send me an email picture of you guys with your hats on so I can do a slideshow on her channel?
Sure.
We certainly can do that.
Yes.
If you would do me a favor, Rebecca, our email is down in the description of every video, including this live stream. Shoot me a reminder, please, because as we yak on throughout the night here, it's going to slip my mind. So just say, hey, friendly reminder of this, and then I'll have your email address. So please send that.
Catch your breath.
That was a lot of talking. So let's see here. How's the firewood business going? Wait a minute. I think that was to me. I see somebody else's name in it. Well, anyways, we'll talk about my firewood business. It's going horribly because all I'm doing is work on the house, and I've got tons of wood sitting down there, including trees that need to be cut up out in the woods. My father keeps calling me for firewood that he has. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm way behind on firewood. Oh, I see that question probably was for somebody else, but there's my firewood update. I have got to get to splitting before this stuff rots so we can have plenty to do or to burn next year once we're actually in the house. So Cash asks, have we seen Patches around? That is our cat that's not our cat. It's our neighbor's cat who used to constantly just show up every night. Bullet chased him off one night, and
yeah, he hasn't been.
Patches didn't come back for a while.
Right.
I guess little man scared the mess out of him. Oh. Nothing. Don't worry about it. Tiffany said I had something saying hey y'all. So anyways, Patches got scared off. Didn't come back for a while, and then I've occasionally started seeing Patches, including just a few days ago. So
Yes, he's around.
Slowly coming back around, getting his nerve back.
He sneaks up about kind of late evening.
Right about dark.
Right about dark, and usually he's heading to the food plot.
Food plot for some reason.
Yeah.
Likes to cut back through the middle of the property, and then early in the morning, I'll see him coming right back down the road, heading back over to his real home. For some reason, he just uses us for the night and then goes back home. I guess
he's sleeping in the hunting stand.
he might be. He might be sleeping in Cash's hunting stand. I have a feeling he's just hunting mice and other stuff around this property and doing whatever the heck he wants to do. Maybe he's got a girlfriend back there. I don't know. You never know. Let's see what else we got here. So Mike just jumped on from Iowa. Welcome, Mike. Why are you late? Don't be late. And let's see what else we got here. So Joshua said, seems like we're pretty set up for a CO just in case, build a temporary rail at the loft. My inspector's pretty awesome. I don't mind getting him out this week to okay. He's still got to okay the HVAC. Their office is so far away. I don't call them every time an inspection's ready. I tend to bundle them up, which they've told me they greatly appreciate. So he's got to come out for multiple inspections this week anyways. And I'll just ask him, look around, what do you need for a CO? And I can try to jump on it by the following week because we still have to set up an appointment with the power company and get power pulled. Although I think that's going to go relatively quickly. He just makes a phone call over to him. Hey, I'll release this house for permanent power. Y'all come pull it. And then I'll disconnect the temporary power. So he's got to come back a couple of times anyway. I don't mind getting him out here this week and just asking his opinion on the loft railing because I'd hate to go through the trouble of building it, especially with wood and materials and everything being outrageous,
Right.
and him go, I'd have passed you anyways. You know, you don't have stairs or access up there, so it is what it is. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but I guess we'll all figure that out hopefully this week if plumbing goes well tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, I've got to get all that knocked out, no leaks, perfect before I'll call in my inspection. And sadly, he only works 4 days a week. They don't work on Fridays, so I'm kind of limited. It could be the following Monday before I can get him out.
And yeah, well, next week is going to be kind of limited.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Life threw me a lemon. I got to make some lemonade, y'all. It is. So Jonathan says the trim video was awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Could have done a lot of things more professional. No doubt about that. Everybody kept asking me why I didn't cope all my joints out. Well, I'm not a coper. I don't have a clue how to cope. There's no excuse. I should jump in and learn it. but I'm perfectly fine with 245s going in with a tiny little caulk seam. You'll never see it. I mean, it's buttered together. It looks great. Although I do have some OCD, I'm not the type to go stare into a corner of a room and go, that joint looks a little big. When it's all painted white, you don't see that stuff. But I appreciate you giving the feedback and watching there. So Dan asked, do we have some bacon? Yeah, we actually got tons of bacon. We're about to cook some.
Tonight.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have some bacon out. We're gonna cook some. I don't know why you're asking if we got bacon. Maybe I missed something there, but yeah, we got tons of bacon, without a doubt. So Auburn wants to know if that was the cat that was playing with the turkeys in our video. No, that old mean tomcat, huge thing. I haven't seen him forever, but some of y'all are new to the channel. Last hunting season, I kept recording hunting videos out there every morning, just after daylight. You know, the fog rises. You all know the story. You're just waiting on that big buck to come out, and turkeys eat out in the food plot, and then they start clucking and putting and going crazy. This happened morning after morning after morning, and it was always some big old tomcat would come out the backside of the woods, prounce across the food plot, drove the turkeys crazy. They'd run up to him, get behind him, follow him because they didn't trust him, making a world of racket, knowing there ain't no deer coming now, ruining my hunting, and then he'd usually just walk right on by the old tree stand that I'm in.
So we must have like a cat party going on back there.
Well, we do have some cat people around us. You know, when you see 10, 15 on a porch. So there's a lot of cats around here. I think some of them go a little rogue and run off in the woods and go a little wild and crazy, if you know what I mean. So Solo Asylum says you can't stay long. Bummer, man. Said you want to pop in and say hello? Hello.
Glad you came.
Thanks for jumping in there and getting that count up. Although we're not hitting as much as we did last week. We had like a record 278, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Oh, wow.
278 people jump on there last week.
Awesome.
Now, we typically have 2,500 to 3,000 people that watch these live streams, you know, because they'll watch it back the next several days.
Right.
But live, last week was a record for us, 278 at one time. That was pretty awesome. These things have been growing a little. Although I truly do appreciate the 236 that's on here right now. 235. Lost one. Might have been the Solo Asylum.
Oh, back one.
All right, he's back. maybe he's got horrible internet like me. Off again. Oh, let's see here. 65% of the thumbs up, says Shane. That's horrible. If you're new, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you like these live streams. We need to get that up to, I don't know, 99 or 100%. That'd be great. Oh, so Joshua says building your fishing pond is going to kill it. Oh, and speaking of, as I'm sitting there chatting to y'all, I just had a notification pop up on the phone from Bama Bass. If any of y'all are watching his huge pond build, and I can't wait to watch that. That's my Sunday night, everything that I do. Every single Sunday night. I lay down in bed, whatever time that may be for us, and I watch that Bama Bass pond build. And I see it just popped up right now. I can't wait. Hopefully one of these days we can do a pond build on the channel. I want to do it so bad. I couldn't imagine how happy I'd be to have a little pond here on the property. We go down there and catch some bluegills or catfish out of, maybe cook them. That would just be cool. I'd love that. But ponds are not cheap. They really aren't.
Well, we could just kind of extend the one we already have.
Well, it doesn't quite work that way, especially legally with all the permits and everything else. We've got an old woods pond that occasionally will hold fish that you can't even really get to, and then it goes dry and then the fish die. It'd be awesome to dig that out, but don't really know if environmentally you can just go dig out a pond that's already naturally there. Natural wetlands, woo, they get really picky about. We'd probably have to start from scratch. But that's something to keep in mind down the road when we find that money tree. Actually, I just planted it. I got to wait for some cash to start growing on it. Gonna be a little while, they say, before it starts bearing money. Hey. So Jay says maybe you can take the inspector fishing Friday on the 1st for the grouper if he's got the day off. Nope, don't want to get involved anyway like that. I'd rather just do this all straightforward by the book and legal. We might take him fishing after he signs off on the house, not before, without a doubt. Oh, let's see what else we got here. More questions. Get some candy cherries for drinks, the red ones. Okay, so Dan was telling us, he says, get candy cherries for your drinks, the red ones. Yep, I'm familiar with them. Half bacon, wrap a cherry in it, and maraschino, I think is what he calls it. Then use a toothpick, hold it together, and cook them. Ooh, so bacon wrapped cherries? That would be kind of sweet.
Interesting. Sugary,
crispy. I used to think things like that were crazy, but the more I've discovered, like pineapple and bacon and things like that, that sweet and
Our
Crispy.
recipe tonight is sweet.
Oh, it is. That's right.
Yes.
We're having
Crispy.
some really sweet stuff with the bacon tonight. She'll have to show y'all. We may have to try that. I'm always, in case y'all don't ever notice, we both smile and giggle and get excited when we talk about food. And it's like one of our favorite things on the planet.
Yes.
So yeah, we're always about trying that. Yep, I see a lot of people talking about Bama Bass. They're watching it. And one of my other favorite channels just popped up on the screen that y'all can't see. Project Farm just released a video. Can't wait to see what he's reviewing tonight. So I've got 2 videos to watch tonight. So we're going to need to cut this live stream short. It's been a good one, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Cash says he doesn't grow on trees. I like it. Not that kind of cash. By the way, if you got any cash, send me some. I could really use it. Really could. Mikey says, is our pond near a spring that you can feed water into the pond? No, it is not. I don't know of any natural springs around here, with the exception of we have a wet weather creek that when our water table gets really high here, it will bubble up straight spring water, but it's not a continuous run. We have to get a ton of rain, like tropical storms, things like that, and then it'll bubble out and run for a week or 2. That's the only spring around here I'm aware of, other than about 7 or 8 miles away. Maybe 10 miles away is the closest natural spring to us. Let's see what else. Oh, I've done missed a ton of questions. No wonder. Have we tried out the new showers? Asked Jesse. Yeah, I mean, you got to test it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to test
We
it
don't
repeatedly.
use it or nothing, but I mean, we test it.
We test it occasionally.
You got to test. We call it rough inspection. Yeah, that's a code term. Yeah, maybe we have. Yeah, quite a few times actually. Just saying, got to test it. That's right. It works awesome.
It does.
Yeah. So nice having a real shower. And then we're gonna have a real toilet probably this week.
Yeah.
Not that we're gonna use it, but it does need to be tested. But man, we're getting further and further away from the camper living. It's been wonderful. It's been awesome. It saved a ton of money. But 2.5 years is long enough for camper living.
Well, we've been saying 2.5 years for 2.5 years. It's going on 3 now.
Okay, maybe it's 3 years. We don't know. We'll have to look back. But yeah. We've been testing some things. Sure. Yes, we have. So Joshua says pineapple does not belong on pizza. I 100% agree. I 100% agree, without a doubt. Oh, let's see. So Chris says when the inspection's done, I guess he's going to take his bed outside to the shop. Yes, you are. Or you can go sleep with Cash in the deer blind until hunting season. Then y'all got to find somewhere else to go. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, everybody's talking about pineapple and food now. It's all hunting over until dove season here. It is spring turkey season right here. And I have a clip that I could send y'all, and some of you hunters would probably be so mad at me. So the oak tree that you're seeing, well, I can't point right there. Yep, Tiffany, right there. That oak tree, 3 mornings ago, I'm in that house right there, and there is not one, but 2 toms out there, and one's at full strut with 2 ladies feeding under that tree. And I'm in the house just watching, working, going, I should be spring turkey hunting. I can hear them gobble, although they shut up the last few mornings. It's got in the 40s, but I'll be out here editing a video, crack it on. They're just lighting off gobbling. People are probably so mad at me right now, but I've been so dedicated to this house. I haven't went fishing, haven't went hunting, haven't done nothing.
No.
Now, once spring turkey's out, yeah, there's nothing else all the way till September. That's when our deer season comes back in and our dove season. It's just way too hot for anything else throughout the middle of the year. You can hunt wild hogs and things year round here, but true season, yeah, not back till September. It's been the worst year ever for me. What?
Sorry, Crystal. Andrew annihilated all the ants today, so we will not get a video.
Oh, yes. Chris says, can we have an ant video soon? I ain't gonna lie. I waged war on ants today. I bought some very, very, very powerful stuff from a pest control company last week, and it come in. And today, there was ant mounds popping up everywhere after this rain.
There was even one underneath this truck right where he
Huge
steps
one
out.
under my truck, like right where I stepped. I said, I've had enough.
So he was ready to get rid of all of them.
I didn't even do the shovel trick. I just went out there and put it to them. And I can tell you, I've been going around picking at some of these. Y'all, I had one ant bed. I kid y'all not. This big. huge, that thick. Thousands upon thousands come out of it. I put it to them today. There is dead ants everywhere around here, everywhere, and they deserve it. Now, with that said, don't worry, I'll never get rid of all of them. This is Florida. We grow them by the pound here. So, yeah, we can make some ant videos later, but today was doomsday. It is 7:45.
I'll go ahead and get the black stone.
All right, she's going to get the black stone ready, and I will keep answering your questions here. So, David, thank you very much. Truly do appreciate the donation. I know you've been catching us a lot here. That does not go unnoticed. Thank you so very much for that. And Chad says, loving the progress on the house. Looks awesome. Thank you very much. We truly do appreciate all of y'all watching. That's all we can truly ask for. Watching the content, giving a thumbs up, maybe dropping the occasional comment. That's truly how this thing works. Everything else is extra. The whole lifestyle is built around, well, viewing the channel, viewing the content. So we truly do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So Bill says, why are you not carrying the shotgun out when you work? Nothing like stepping out the door to hunt. Well, I probably should, because if y'all can see the distance right here to there, that's probably just barely in my shotgun range. And I probably should have. And guess what? I could make y'all a killer. Oh, if I may brag on myself, I cook a killer country fried turkey steak with white gravy. Whoo, even Tiffany just said, yes. It is so good. I do need to get one and show that off right there. Shame on me for not keeping a larger firearm over there. I guess I should. You never know when something may walk right across in front that needs something. So Jonathan says, permethrin, I call it bifin, beneficial nematodes, and way more. Let's just say I got the bifin, and I got the good stuff. The oil-based 25% stuff, not the old white 7% stuff that everybody else gets. I love this stuff, but it's been harder and harder to find, and the oil base lasts forever outside. I spray it on the foundation of the home. Absolutely love Bifin XTS, that stuff right there. If you do your own pest control, try to find it. It's about doubled in price though, my goodness. So Josh says when he was in Florida, he ended up with ants in his work truck. I can't tell y'all how many times we go out to our vehicles. If you accidentally drop a piece of food or leave a container in your floorboard, you're guaranteed to have ants in there. That's just Florida. That's the way it is. Let's see what else we got here. So Auburn asked, have we started our spring garden yet? I have been cautious, very cautious, because I've been watching some long-range weather channels, and they've been talking about the storm that's coming this week and another one in April. Although now they're starting to say that storm in April is toned down a little. It looks like there's probably no chance of frost with it. So next week I was thinking about starting the garden, although I've had, well, one of life's little things pop up. I'll talk about that later on the channel. That's going to eat up some of my time. And I've got to go buy compost, go borrow a trailer. I've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to try to get the garden started next week because now the clock is ticking. I really need to have it in by the 1st of April. For sure by the following week, it's in. I've already got the seeds, everything ready to go. My potatoes are out there doing good. I've even got my first tomato on my cherry tomato plant. They're already popping out. We've already got peppers in the ground. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I've just been watching the weather. So, man, back to back. Y'all are really tearing up the donations tonight. Thank y'all so much for that. So, Mr. Bob Gray, I see it says tonight, typically it's Robert, but everybody goes by Robert and Bob, it seems like. Thank you so much. You're always extremely generous, kind, always leaving wonderful comments, and so much progress this week that I haven't even seen Chris ask when the house will be done. Thanks for bringing, Tiffany's laughing. Thanks for bringing that up. Now Chris is going to start pestering me on when's the house going to be done. So Tiffany says thank you, and I say thank you very much. And then right behind him is Jake. He says, here's a cooking fun. That's a dang good fun.
Yes, thank you.
There's always utensils to buy. There's always seasonings to buy. And then food is through the roof, too. That's excellent fun. Probably one of the best funs. So thank you very much, Jake and Mr. Gray. We truly do appreciate it. So Bill says, with the bears that we got out here, we need a much larger freedom stick. Yeah, and we've already had a couple of encounters. My father was here hunting a few years ago and walked into a stand early one morning during bow season. So all he had was a bow, and he had one come in before dark, kind of huffing, puffing, and sniffing at the bottom of the stand, and it's kind of changed just ever since. Although we haven't really had any bad encounters with bears, they're here. I get tons of pictures of them, and yeah, you probably should carry a little something, especially if you were to run into that horrible scenario of a mama and cubs. that's where things can get scary. I know some people personally around here that's run into that, been chased all the way back to the trucks, and had some hair-raising experiences. But this is their woods too. You live with them. It's kind of the way it goes. But yes, you absolutely got to protect yourself and your little loved ones and other things around here as well. But I wouldn't trade it for nothing. That's just part of living in the country. So Mr. Jimmy says, where's Mr. Doug? Mr. Doug has to work a ton of Sundays. We actually chatted, I think 2 days ago. He's doing well. No issues right there. Mr. Doug just got his Starlink in, by the way. I'm ready for my Starlink. Mr. Doug got his, so he let me know that. But yeah, he's got to work a ton of Sundays. He really does. All right, so Robert says his lasagna's done, but now he's got to let it cool off. About to say, don't jump off and eat that just yet. There's nothing hotter on this planet other than molten lava than a Hot Pocket or lasagna. Those two things will kill you. You got to let them cool off without a doubt. So Auburn says, is it too warm for a fire out there? Now that it's gotten dark and the sun's gone, it's a little cool. We could have a fire, but earlier today it's been gorgeous. 75, 76 degrees. That was a little too warm for a fire, but yeah, now actually want to be great. As you can see, little guy right here who's conked out, he would probably love to have a fire right now. Let's see here. So Cash says, Mr. Doug is watching TV or streaming right now. Yeah, if he's got a Starlink in and hooked up, he's probably streaming a whole lot better than I am right now. So let's see here. So Bob says there was too many Roberts on the list, so he changed his name to Bob there. So yep. And see, my dad's name is Robert, and he calls himself Bobby. So I know that's pretty common to do the Robert and Bob thing there, just like William and Bill. All right, Tiffany says it is time to cook. I will keep answering y'all's questions. Let's go over to the Blackstone. Man, he's passed out, ain't he? Uh-oh, he woke up. All righty, let's get this turned around here and head over here to Miss Tiffany. So check this out here. By the way, y'all, check out that oak tree. Y'all remember last week there was practically no leaves on it? It has done exploded this week, blooming everywhere, and it still has a long ways to go.
All right, so this is our Skeeter fingers. We have our chicken fingers here, as we call them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have it wrapped in bacon, and the special sauce is brown sugar, chili powder, garlic, and pepper. And you just roll your chicken in it, and then you roll the bacon around it, and then roll it in that sugar again. It is so good.
It is. And what we're calling chicken fingers is actually skinless chicken breasts.
Tenderloins.
That she cut into fingers. But there, before she pulls those off, look at all that seasoning and brown sugar and all. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling y'all, well,
definitely not a diabetic meal.
No, but y'all have all had probably sugar-coated or like caramelized bacon. That's basically what this does right here. And the flavor is insane. And y'all, the key, do not skip the chili powder. The chili powder makes this,
spicy,
it's not spicy at all, but it gives it such a unique flavor. Oh my goodness, it is so good.
And I did 3 chicken breasts here. And this will be enough for us to eat a couple of times.
Yeah. So Crystal mentioned Tiffany, tell me if you've heard of this, a glass cleaner today. Mr. Jimmy immediately jumped in and said, absolutely, they use it. Have you ever heard of using, like, say, half to 3/4 of a spray bottle of water and the other half alcohol?
No,
I guess denatured alcohol. They say that is better than Windex. Awesome. It's good for cleaning countertops and disinfecting. Cleaning, sounds like faucets and shower things. So we need to try that out.
Yes.
That stuff's relatively cheap. Well, water definitely is. Alcohol's not bad. And then we've got tons of spray bottles. We need to try that out. I'm always interested in things like that. And Cash says, don't worry, this is a healthy meal. It's got chicken. That makes it healthy, right? So Auburn says, have I ever did a video reviewing my bay boat? You mean our storage facility now? With our house packing boxes and everything else? And this boat hasn't moved in forever. Nope, never got around to doing that review video because it's still sitting right there. But 'tis the season to get it out here before long. Now Shane says this is keto friendly, so...
Yeah, it is.
No carbs here, just tons of fat and sugar. Woohoo!
All right, I'm going to try to help this bacon kind of stick here.
Wait a minute, sugar's in carbs. Oh yeah, that's right. We got multiple presses now, thanks to y'all.
All right, here is our garden okra from last year that we chopped, well, potatoes on top of it.
That's the weirdest looking okra I have ever seen.
Yeah.
So,
But,
yeah, the okra's down in there, vacuum sealed.
We chop it up and we vacuum seal it and put it in the freezer.
Yeah, it works great. So tons of onion in there. We love onions. Diced potatoes. And that is her grapeseed oil. Now we have started using that since a lot of people recommended it.
All right.
So Chad says they're making Mexican meatloaf tonight. That already sounds awesome.
Yes, I've made that before.
Okay. I love the sound of that. I love meatloaf and I love anything with Mexican food type flavors. So Adam says use distilled water. I asked that earlier, and apparently a lot of people have not been using it, having good luck, but we have very hard water here, so distilled water probably would be something I would use. Joshua says fried okra for the win. I agree. There ain't nothing like good old deep fried okra.
Or sauteed like this is our favorite.
Now this is much healthier, and this is typically the way we eat our okra. Sauteed with onions and just some good old seasoning. And somebody was asking last week about, do we ever use Everglades? That's what that bottle is right there. Everglades Original is perfect. Absolutely perfect on vegetables. Probably my favorite.
The green top one too.
Yeah, that's the original.
No, it's a different color green. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's that low sodium one or
Yeah,
something.
I like the red. It kind of has a red color to it.
Joshua says Everglades amazing. A lot of people know about it now. We've been using Everglades for probably 15 plus years before it ever got popular on YouTube. Wood Ducks just jumped on, said better late than never. Hope y'all are doing well. Everglades is awesome. Yep, he lives down here in the south as well. Pile Drivers Outdoors says pickled okra. Oh, buddy, you have no idea. I have tons of it in that room right there. I pickle it every single year. Although this year, I think I'm going to try pickled green beans. I had a friend tell me about it, and that sounds awesome. That snap and crisp. Pickled green beans sounds great. Cash says no cow camp.
We added a little bit of cow camp into this seasoning. We'll probably add a little bit to
Cash. Look right there. Bam! She did put some on. Actually, we made some, what'd you make, sandwiches the other day? And she put butter on the bread with that seasoning. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. But it's quite salty, so we don't use.
Rachel sandwich? Did I put it on
I think it was the Hogfish Rachel.
Yeah.
So we don't use a lot of it. It lasts us a long time, but she does use it quite a bit. Pickled radish. Ooh, I don't know about that, Mikey. I'm not a big radish man. Oh, pickled asparagus. That sounds kind of good. I think I would eat that.
Well, they have it in the store. We could probably try it and see if we like it. But
Yep.
I don't know. Can we grow asparagus?
You can. I think you can grow it here, but it's relatively. I don't think it grows very fast and all. I don't know if we're quite in the right climate. We could be. So Jesse asked, do we have the stove fixed in the house? We do not. The tech is coming back this Friday. He ordered us a new control board and a new gas valve. He thinks it's one of the two. My gut kind of says gas valve, but regardless, they showed up quickly, got the parts ordered in quickly. I didn't get none of that COVID excuse and it's going to be 6-month stuff. And he'll be back Friday. Hopefully, we'll have a working stove then. All right. Oh, yeah, Julie, you mentioned that seasoning last night. Tajin. I think it's tahine is the way people pronounced it. I already done forgot. It's been highly recommended. We need to try that. So Linda says a spray bottle with half water, half vinegar works great too.
Yes, I've done the vinegar and the Dawn dish soap, and that did work good.
Yeah, Tiffany's a big vinegar fan.
Door, so.
Yep, so we're going to have to try some new stuff out. Having our first ever stand-up tile shower with a glass door. That's going to be our big cleaning area, I can imagine. So Cash says, melt butter, put cow camp in it, then put it in the refrigerator, and you have melted, or you have garlic butter spread. Huh, how about that?
Very good. That sounds really good,
Yeah.
actually.
Thank you, Wood Duck. Says congratulations on all the house progress. Looks fantastic. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We're getting excited.
Yes, we are getting excited. Donald says the ground's covered with snow up there. So is ours.
Woo.
Green snow here in Florida. Actually, believe it or not, oh, there's some snow right there. Okay, maybe I was painting. But believe it or not, it looks like I may have to take a break and mow one day this week. We're starting to get there. especially with all this rain they're calling for coming up. So Josh, with the dad joke of the day, says he loves mixing Old Bay with water and butter, put it in a spray bottle, and he calls it Old Spray.
Oh my God.
Doo-doo.
Oh, geez.
All right. Cash says mowing videos. Yes. Speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up. So we've been posting a lot of content on Facebook now, and y'all know I've been posting mowing videos on this channel for quite some time, and a lot of people gravitate to them. They like them. They appreciate them because it ain't just mowing; it's the birds flying in and all the other stuff going on. Excuse me. I started posting those on Facebook. The exact opposite. I can't tell you how many comments I've got of what the heck did I just watch? This dude's out here mowing. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why would you record yourself mowing? It's crazy the difference between Facebook and YouTube. Now, there's certain things on Facebook people love way more than YouTube. It's a completely different demographic. It really is. So we're going to have to start catering to each of those accounts down the road with our content. But that you saying the mowing videos, yay, kind of cracked me up because people have roasted me on Facebook for mowing videos.
Funny.
I mean, roasted me. What is this crap right here? Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. I get a chuckle out of it. I really do. Speaking of comments and stuff like that, I've been saving them. I'm going to do a video before long of rude comments, funny comments, good comments, and we'll just roast ourselves. How about that? Just keep it squeegee in the shower. That has been such a popular suggestion and something we need to do. There's that old slimy okra. Everybody's going to see that slime. You've got... Okra is definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah, it definitely kind of cooks out on here.
It does. If you saute it enough to where it's kind of burnt and brown on the outside, that slime stuff goes away. So Joshua says I should get that thing for a mower. It looks like a professional sports field. That is called it's a roller. And believe it or not, I have one on the back of my flail mower, and anytime I mow this pasture with a flail mower, it's got the straps going that way, and then it's got the exact opposite strap coming this way. Another one that way, and it looks awesome. It really does. So Noreen says newer shower doors have a built-in feature that keeps the glass streak free. Just squeegee afterwards. Now we bought a pretty cheap shower door. It may not have it, but I've also seen people recommend Rain-X, and Rain-X even makes a shower door spray now, or coating. Ooh, y'all check that out right there. The smell is awesome. Bacon and brown sugar.
Yeah, so that kind of caramelizes to this darker color.
Yes, it does, but it's so good.
And I'm going to turn it down low so it doesn't burn.
Oh, it's good, trust me. And I love crispy bacon, but we got to make sure that chicken's done too. All right, let's see what else we got here. Colin says it's 86 in Texas. Man, y'all got kind of hot over there today. So Dan, Dan brings up the valid point and my biggest problem. Change your soaps. If they stick to the walls, they stick to you. And I like cheap, old, junky soap. I do. Like Irish Spring and Dial. I love it because I actually feel squeaky clean after bathing with that soap. Stuff with its like Dove and all that other mess, I feel like I can never get off of me. I don't ever feel clean. I love that squeaky clean feeling. So Auburn says, is Facebook making us any money? If not, why put yourself out there on that media source? Yes, Auburn, we just actually got monetized over there. Now, we're only a few days into it. It's not going to make anywhere near the income that YouTube is, even though YouTube is still very low, to be perfectly honest. But it's an extra revenue stream, and it's a business to build and something that we absolutely want to do. If we're going to make this lifestyle work and creating content for some income, we've got to branch out and have multiple sources because we're just not a big enough channel that, we can bring everything in from YouTube. It just doesn't work that way. So Randy says he just checked out Bama Bass, and you're correct. It's way cool. Dude, Randy, trust me. If I can get this phone turned around, trust me. His pond build is awesome. But go back 2, 3, 4 years before his channel got big and check out his bass fishing content. If you're into bass fishing, especially all the topwater blow-ups, the music, the editing, the cinematography, the guy is a genius. You don't even know that you're watching fishing. It's insane. It's like you're watching a cinematic movie. The way he was able to record everything, oh my goodness. That's what got me addicted to his channel years ago. The guy can edit and record like crazy. Trust me, go back and watch some of his older content. You will love it. And his new content's great too, don't get me wrong. All right. Well, Tiffany left. Where'd she go? Ooh, look at there, look at there, look at there. Y'all, it sounds good. It looks good. It smells good. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
It does.
And Miss Red Milla is going to be a little disappointed when she watches this tomorrow all the way on the other side of the world because of that. But then she should be happy because look,
Yeah,
of all the
look at
vegetables.
vegetables.
She's always on me about eat more vegetables. And trust me, we really do during the week. So Shane asks, is the Dove power line in? It is not. That is another project that fell behind. I've even got cable here. I've got power poles down there. I have got to get that built. I don't want to build it in August when it's 100 degrees. As Robert says, don't worry about the Facebook junk comments. I don't. There's a few things that'll get me worked up, but not much. You got to have thick skin if you're going to put your life on the internet. It is what it is. Wow, Donna said it was 91 in Dallas, Texas. Oh my goodness, that's summertime. Woo. So CJ, go ahead.
Talk a little bit about these real quick. A lot of people make these into little appetizers and put toothpicks in them. That's how our friend makes them.
Yes.
You can make it any way you want, but oh my gosh, y'all, it's so delicious.
Yeah, and
you can grill it. You can put it in the air fryer. You can
broil it. That's how he does. Stick it right in the oven and broil it.
Broil it, yep.
So, we typically just cook out here on the Blackstone for y'all, but broiled or grilled, those things work out so good. I'm telling y'all, trust me, the seasoning she talked about, the brown sugar and especially the chili powder, it just goes together so well and caramelizes up on that bacon.
These are pretty much done.
We'll pull them off. Let's eat this stuff. Oh my goodness. They're a hit, y'all. When we first had them, it was like, what is that unique flavor? And it was a chili powder. It really was. Catch a few more comments here. So Cash says, am I going to light a man candle in that shower? I dang sure will once I get those figured out. That's something else I haven't had time to really work on. So Jake says, nice and healthy grilled chicken wrapped in bacon. LOL.
Covered in sugar.
Covered in sugar, yeah. It was healthy when it started out as skinless chicken breast.
Candy chicken.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Uncle Tim says it was 92 today there. Y'all are crazy. We're over here in Florida in the mid-70s feeling great.
It felt amazing.
Yeah, it felt awesome. Not high humidity either. So really nice. But that'll change here before long. Alright, so Denise says marinate chicken or flank steak in soy sauce, brown sugar, and Paul Newman olive oil dressing. That does sound good.
Tiffany, really good.
Tiffany loves soy sauce.
I have another recipe that we do with soy sauce and brown sugar.
Yep.
Yep,
So
pork chops and all.
So Miss Lee asked, what is a thermal scope? If you've ever seen, like, they'll be on front of helicopters and all, when you see they're chasing fugitives and all, it turns everything black and white, but you actually see the heat signature. That's what it picks out, is the heat of an animal or a person, and they glow. And they might glow white or red, depending on the type of scope, but it pulls out heat signatures. So if there's bushes here or something's hiding, say out in those trees, there's no reflection, there's no light, you're just seeing the heat signature. So it really pulls things out and allows you to see things you otherwise could not see with your naked eye. It's really cool technology, it really is. So Chris says, I hold the world's record for the biggest stickfish. Yes, if people haven't watched those videos, you really should. I think I might can try to break that this year. We'll see what we can do.
All right, we're about to wrap it up. We're going to throw our seasoning on the okra real quick.
Yeah. So Clifty Creek says, am I going to run data between the house and shop? I'm thinking about it. I have a big power cable run connecting the two right now. I'm tempted to rent a trencher again, especially once conduit drops, if it ever does. It's outrageous right now. And trench a power cable over here that I could connect So if I run the house, say, with the generator or run the generator over here, vice versa, I could connect the two in a power outage situation. And if I can find a data cable that, well, I guess it wouldn't matter in a power outage situation. Otherwise, power would be disconnected and I could run a data cable in with that as well. Well, wait a minute. I don't know the code to run a data cable in with a power cable. I have to look into all that, to be perfectly honest with you. My gut says I probably can't run them together. So Donald asked, did I ever finish the storm shelter and the tie downs in the ground? I have not, and it's been on my mind to do. Actually, it's on my daily running list of things to do. Here we are smack in the middle of tornado season, and I really would like to get those in the ground. I really want to.
We did get it ready today. We cleaned it all out.
That's right.
And got everything ready for it, just in case we need to use it.
Yep, Tiffany spent quite a while out there today prepping it, cleaning it, making it smell good. I treated it for termites and bugs again, you know, as a just in case. We checked our power supplies and all that there. We got a dehumidifier running now. We've even got kitty litter in a bucket, if y'all know what that's for. Bottles of water, batteries. We've got it prepped pretty good.
All right, this okra's pretty much done here.
Yes. See, now all that slime's pretty much gone.
Yep, it's gone.
And she can cook this all the way till it actually looks burnt on the outside, and it's still really, really good. Just about can't overcook this stuff. All right, looks like Uncle Tim's got to jump off earlier. He knows that we typically wrap up at the end of a cooking session right here. So, Mikey, thank you so much for a last-minute donation there. It says Andrew's man candle and lotion fun. All right, I guess we'll get into the man lotions here before long. And there's Tiffany with her shovel, as I call it. That's how we eat. We need a shovel. How about that? All right. And Mikey says, I at least see the last fun. I sure did, buddy. I'm way behind on comments. Apologize for that. So, Auburn says run 2 trenches, or I could probably run 2 conduits in 1 trench. And, yep, Jonathan definitely says what I was thinking. You cannot run high and low voltage together. And I should have remembered that from the house build. That's why it was clicking there in my mind. This is how we clean a Blackstone, y'all. A little bit of water will lift anything stuck on.
Yeah, sorry, I had to hurry up and do that.
Yep, need to definitely kill the heat. Scrape it off as it's cooling down. Put your little vegetable oil on there. Wipe it in with I use shop towels so you don't get the lint and stuff everywhere. That's it. Not a speck of rust after well over a year of cooking on this thing.
All right, we're done.
We are done. All right, y'all. Well, I guess we're going to go inside.
The final product.
Yeah, there it is. Let's get one final view. Oh, that looks so good. And that's not too terribly bad, minus the bacon and sugar. But I mean, skinless chicken breast and garden vegetables, nothing wrong with that.
Right.
They're a good meal. And then as soon as we cut this off, we're going to do garlic bread. We're going to macaroni and cheese. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do all that. That's a good light meal for tonight. A little bit of that. We'll have that for lunch or supper tomorrow. No, we're not eating all that tonight. Everybody always asks that. My goodness, that's a lot of food for 2 people. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for the very generous donations tonight. Truly appreciated. Don't forget to thumbs up if you like these live streams. And as you're watching our content, that really helps us get exposure. Tells YouTube, hey, people are very interested in this stuff. Let's recommend them a little more. Thank y'all so much for everything and spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Take care. God bless.
We'll see you next weekend.
See you next. Yeah, I guess next Sunday. See you then. See y'all.